Hi Virgo, I hope that everybody's doing well. So when I was meditating on the energy, I was getting something about clearing out and or addressing vices or maybe old habits. This can be things that you feel like you're doing too often or not enough, stuff that you want to be working on, clearing out, being more mindful of. For some of you specifically, I'm getting this is related to diet or things that you're ingesting, consuming, stuff like that. All right, before we get into it, I would like to set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm getting something about hydrating more too. Or some of you are keeping track of how much water you're drinking. So I'm looking at the Six of Pentacles and I'm looking at the King of Wands here. And I'm looking at Neptune popping out right side up. So, is there something that you're in the midst of learning? I'm hearing royalties. Maybe this has to do with money. For some of you, I'm seeing you recognize that there's a situation where you can actually be effective if you step up and take control, but maybe this wasn't something you realized initially, but now you're getting a clearer picture of this. Maybe also you could have shied away from a leadership position or a mentoring role, and maybe this is something that you're more ready to embrace now. What is this? I'm seeing the moon popping out here. You got 2 Pisces cards. I'm getting pain on the right side of my back by my shoulder blade, maybe a specific message for someone. All right. So I'm seeing something with your role changing. It's like some type of step up that you're making here. For some of you, I'm seeing that you could have been waiting on a message to find out if you were going to be compensated for something that you've been doing, something you've been giving your energy to. I'm hearing generously. I'm seeing a message coming through to someone. I'm looking at Aries and I'm looking at Gemini here. You could be meeting someone. I'm hearing acquaintance. This is not known information yet, I'm getting. This is very interesting. Because I'm looking at the moon here and it's almost like somebody that you don't know about yet, whoever this person is. Let's get further. I'm getting a notion of, remember, energies can always be reversed. I'm getting a notion of, like, wanting to say something, but not, like, maybe dealing with a sense of, like, not feeling like you have the courage to say something that needs to be said. Maybe you feel like you need time to think about it. Maybe feeling like whoever this person is you want to communicate with, they're not going to hear you out. But it's about moving beyond that. Yeah, I'm seeing you're going to be successful with this communication. Is just believing that what you have to say is important here. This is meant to be something difficult for you because it's something you're going to feel really good about once you do. For some of you, this is about a relationship you have with someone you're close to. What's hidden is someone focusing on themselves, and I'm hearing starting a new career. That's very interesting. Something new you want to be working on, something you feel like you have the skills to be pursuing. I'm seeing you independently doing something here, Virgo. So I'm looking at Neptune, I'm looking at Aries, Gemini, Cancer. I'm also looking at Pisces. Maybe you're also in a place where there's somebody that you need to communicate, but you may feel a bit intimidated by their energy. As I said before, energies can always be reversed, or it may be somebody that has some type of authority over you. But I'm seeing you really think about this. It's like understanding something differently than how you had been perceiving it before. I feel like this is a mystery reading. I just saw 707 on the time. I'm hearing karmic times. I'm getting this notion again. It's like someone has to say something, but they're really in their heads about communicating. I'm hearing speech pathology. So are you worried about hurting someone by communicating what you have to communicate? Or are you worried about hurting yourself? Are you worried that there's going to be pain inflicted in communicating whatever this truth it is that you need to say? Or maybe something, remember, energies can always be reversed. Maybe this is about someone communicating with you and you feeling in your head about it. But the communication needs to come through. Boundaries for sure need to be set, and set in a way where you feel grounded when you're communicating with this person. For some of you, this has to do with a relationship that you feel both in your head about and also stressed out about. And I'm seeing there be something going on with the Three of Swords. Yeah, it's like something painful that's going on, a decision that needs to be made, and boundaries that you're being guided to set right now, Virgo. It's like, don't take this chance to be even more stressed out. It's like this communication needs to come through. You may have had an opportunity and shied away from it. For some of you, I'm seeing that there may be someone that you're talking to and telling them you don't want to be involved with them anymore. I'm getting something like that for some of you as well. It's like making the decision to not stress yourself out further and to follow your intuition. For some of you, this is communicating with a partner. Can be a business partner, marriage partner, long-term relationship partner. But the more that you're grounding your emotions, the more you're grounding your energy, the easier it's going to be for you to get out of your head. It's like, I'm seeing, it's almost like you feel so stressed out because you're really stuck in your head about this, and you're really stuck in your head about this, and it's really stressing you out. I'm seeing something like that here, and this is all about grounding that energy. Moving to a place where you feel calm, where you can make conscious decisions. I'm seeing, again, something going on with the Three of Swords, a decision that needs to be made. You being encouraged to make a confident decision, one that feels empowering to you, especially when it comes to you communicating, setting boundaries with someone. Maybe even declining a request is what I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm seeing something going on with love, feelings. This can be a big internal process that's going on. I did not see any major arcanas popping out there. What you find to be helpful in this situation is you taking a break to get connected, grounding your energy, meditating, doing whatever it is that helps you to feel grounded. For some of you, you may be reaching out to someone who's helping you. Like if you have a lot of work or something that's been stressing you out, somebody may be assisting you with that. I'm seeing a duality here. It's like when you have this time to yourself, you're recognizing what's going to feel fulfilling to you and also what is going to sabotage you feeling fulfilled. When it comes to your sense of spirituality, I'm hearing your spiritual identity, also your emotional fulfillment. Maybe also recognizing what around you, whether this is like your own habits or somebody you've been spending time with, it's like how that puts a damper on your happiness. But I'm seeing you're going to be healing from this situation. It's just about moving away from this energy that's holding you back. I'm seeing you going back and forth with something you feel definitely worried about. It's almost like going back and forth on whether or not you're going to end something. I'm seeing it have to... I'm hearing long-term relationships so strongly. It's like maybe you're recognizing the ways that you're infringing upon your own happiness, I'm hearing. It's like maybe the way that you had perceived it was being like this really happy situation, something very differently than the way things ended up turning out. And I'm seeing you like go back and forth between ending the cycle with this person. Someone that at one point in time you felt very close with. But someone, again, that you feel like is affecting your happiness. Yeah, it's like the way things turned out. You feel sad about it. You feel disappointed. Maybe sad about knowing that it's come time to call an end to a cycle with someone as well. And it's not just about recognizing someone else's part. It's like also recognizing the ways that you've involved yourself in this. Like your involvement, your responsibility, things like that. I'm hearing it takes two to tango, but Spirit's trying to lead you towards what you actually want. Here we are, Virgo. This is, I'm sure, a very specific message for someone. I'm hearing double mastectomy. That came through so strongly. I'm not seeing this as being like fortune telling here. If this is already relevant to your experience, that would be a clue for somebody to pay attention to the message. It would make this message relevant for them. Like a synchronicity. So it's like when you have this time to reflect, I'm seeing you get very in touch with what your intuition is telling you, and it's telling you it's time to transition out of the space you've been in. Also time to focus on yourself. Also know when it's time to leave things too. I'm seeing you move into a place where you're planning to follow your intuition. Maybe you were going back and forth on whether or not you wanted to take a break from a situation you'd been involved in as well. Like something you'd been going back and forth on, something you've been trying to work out for yourself. I'm seeing you take a break, and it's like in that time when you've taken that break, when you have that time to yourself to really think about what's going on, I'm seeing you recognize that it's come time. It's like intuitively you know something has come to an end. It's just a matter of actually ending this now. And it's like I'm seeing some sort of like vision that you had about like the way that things could be, but then it's like you snap into reality and you realize that it's not what you wanted it to be, and it's not going to turn into what you want it to be. And now it's time to move on and prioritize yourself and what you want, and that's the plan that you're making here. Having the strength to really listen to the High Priestess in this situation, which would be the highest form of your intuition. This is also messages from your guides. Yeah, it's like you're thinking about this new beginning for yourself that would be away from this person, away from this cycle. For some, I'm hearing away from this company. So I'm looking at you, Virgo, and I'm looking at the moon right next to you, which would be speaking on your intuition and also your ability to get in touch with your higher self. And it's come time to make an empowering decision for yourself about this new beginning that you've been hoping for, that you've been trying to manifest, something you've been thinking about, but something that has not yet come to fruition, because I'm seeing there's a cycle that needs to end prior to you stepping into a new beginning for yourself. And this is also about releasing attachments that you have. For some of you, it's been hard to end whatever cycle this is because you feel attached to your identity within this cycle, within the family structure, something like that. And it's time to let go of that so you can actually step into an empowering space for yourself and create a new identity that's actually going to fit you and feel right for you. All right, my friends, we are going to end it here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.